Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is 27th of February 2022. Right now, I am with the 11th Cambridge class, and the subject we are preparing today is DMaths 4024. It's Cambridge O Levels Mathematics Syllabus D. Today, we have set our hearts to solve a paper 2, and we have selected October, November 2021. 2 paper. This paper belongs from the zone 2, or you can say variant 2. This paper has 2 hours and 30 minutes allowed for to solve it, and the scientific calculator is allowed in this paper. So let's start today's paper. Okay, so here we go. The question paper is coming up on your screen. October, November 2021, 2 paper. Paper 2, 2 hours and 30 minutes is allowed for this paper. The scientific calculator is also allowed in this paper. Okay, Jasmine buys a family holiday to India. Here is some information about the cost. The flights, $700. Hotel, $1,550. So the total cost is $2,250. In October, Jasmine pays a deposit of 12% of the total cost. She pays the rest of the total cost in December. Calculate the amount she pays in December. Okay, so she has already deposited 12% of the total cost. So, and how much money will be remaining? That money she has to pay in the December. So the total cost was basically 2250. So first of all, find the 12% of 2250, and then from 2250 subtract that money which you deposited. It's a 2-mark question, so let me show you how this is done. Okay, so the total cost of the holiday is $2,250. Cost paid as deposit is 12% of the $2,250. So 12 by 100 multiply 2250, it will be $270. Now the remaining money he will pay in December. So the cost paid in December will be 2250 minus 270, and that will be $1980. $1980. So let's check that's the A part. 1980 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so second part, find the ratio cost of the flight ratio cost of the hotel. Give your answer in its simplest form. It's a very easy part. So flight ratio hotel 700 ratio 1550, and you will simplify it. It's a very easy question. So let me show you how I have done this. Okay, so the cost of the flights ratio cost of the hotel. So the cost of the flight is $700 and the cost of the hotel is $1,550. So just enter these values in your calculator. Right, 700 divided 1550 equals to, and that will give you 14 by 31. So it means that the ratio, is 14:31. So let's check the answer. Here we go. 14:31 is the right answer, sir. Jasmine changes a $350 into rupees. The exchange rate is $1 equals to 71.6 rupees. On holiday, she spends 19,500 rupees. She changes the rest back to dollars at the same exchange rate. Calculate the amount of money. She receives. Give your answer correct to the nearest cent. Okay, so this is a question on the exchange, foreign exchange. So you write dollar and then you write rupees. $1 equals to 71.6 rupees. So $350, and under the rupees put X. This is the proportion method. You can use it and you will find how much rupees she gets. Then she spent 19,500 rupees. So whatever is the money in rupees you got from there, subtract 19,500 rupees, and then convert it, the remaining money, convert it back to the dollars by using the same exchange rate. So first of all, let me see how much. It's a 3-mark question. So let me show you. Okay. So the exchange rate is $1 equals to 71.6 rupees. The amount Jasmine changes is $350. So $1 means 71.6. $350 means how much money? So cross multiply here. So X will be equal to 350 multiply 71.6, and that will be 25,060 rupees. So she spent 19,500 rupees. So from 25,060 rupees, subtract 19,500 rupees, and you get 5,560 rupees are remaining. So these rupees she will convert back into the dollars, and the exchange rate is still the same. So $1, 71.6 rupees. So if he has 5,560 rupees, how much dollars he will get? So the dollars she will receive will be $77.65. So money she receives is $77.65. This is the amount she will receive. She will get back. So let's have a check. 77.65. 77.65. So our answer is right, sir. So that was the B part. Okay, now we are on the question number C. Now question number 1 is C part. It says the table shows the number of tourists and the total tourist spending of for some countries in 2016. So here the countries' names are given. For example, they have written here. For example, they have written China. Number of tourists are given, and the total spending in dollars is given. India, the total tourists that visited that place, that is given, and then it is given that how much money is spent there. Kenya is given, its tourist number of tourists who came there is given, and the total spending in the dollars is given. Madagascar is given, the name of the country is Madagascar, and they have told us that how much number of tourists who came there, and the total spending in the dollars is given. The question is calculate how many more tourists visited India than Kenya in 2016. Give your answer in the standard form. How many more means you find the difference between them. How many more means find the difference between the number of tourists. So they're talking about India and Kenya. You see, India got 1.46 x per 7, whereas Kenya got 1.27 x per 6. So from this number, subtract this number. So it's a 1-mark question. Let me show you the answer. Okay. So here you go, 1.46 x per 7 minus 1.26 x per 6. So our methodology normally is that I will take 110 from here and I will give it to this number. It will become 14.6 x per 6 minus 1.26 x per 6. When I'm adding and subtracting, this is the technique which we use. I make this x per same on both the terms. Then I take this x per common. So 10 plus 6 is taken common. From here, I will have 14.6 minus 1.26, and I get 13.34 x per 6. Move this decimal 1 step to this side because we want to give the answer in the standard form. So I will have 1.334 x per 7. That's the difference. 1.33 x per 7. 1.33 x per 7. 1.33 x per 7 is the final answer. So our answer is right, sir. Okay, so the next question, the second part, calculate the average amount spent per tourist in China in 2016. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So the average amount spent per tourist means that the number of money spent divided by the number of tourists. So 4.44 x per 10 divided by 5.93 x per 7. So in your calculator, you will write 4.44 x per 10 divide 5.93 expo 7, and that will give you the average amount in dollars spent by each tourist who visited China. It's a 2-mark question. Let me show you my answer. Okay. So the number of tourists in the China is 5.93 expo 7. The total spending by the visitors is 4.44 expo 10. The average amount spent will be the money divided by the number of people. That will be 4.44 expo 10 divided by 5.93 expo 7. So it will be 7.49 expo 10. Expo 2. So this is approximately $749. $749. So let's check. $749 is the right answer, sir. You can see here. So let's move to the next question. From 2014 to 2016, the total amount spent by tourists in Madagascar increased by 23.5%. Calculate the amount spent by tourists in Madagascar in 2014. This is a question on the reverse percentage, in which you have to find out the old value. And we don't know the old value. So suppose that the money spent in 2014 is X, and there is an increase of 23.5% in the X, and now the money which is spent is, we know this already, Madagascar, it is 9.13 expo 5. So 9.13 expo 5. So X plus 23.5% of X is equals to 9.13 expo 5. So this is the equation. This is the question on the reverse percentage, and we try to find out the old value. Okay, so let me show you the how we have done this. Okay, so the amount spent is 9.13 expo 6, and that's the present amount. The percentage increase is 23.5%. So suppose in 2014 the money spent was X, and there is now an increase of 23.5% in X. So now the money spent is 9.13 expo 5. So this is the equation which we have to write. So you will have X plus 23.5 divided by 100 into X equals to 9.13 expo 5. So you will have 100X plus 23.5X divided by X. He has taken the LCM on the left side. So you will have 123.5X equals to this 100 will go to the other side. It will multiply there. So 9.13 expo 5 multiply 100X is equals to 9.13 expo 5 into 100 divided by 123.5. So that 123.5 which was multiplied with the X on that side, if you come to this side, it will divide. So you will just enter these values in your calculator. In your calculator, scientific calculator, you will write 9.13 expo 5 multiply 100 divide 123.5 equals to, and that will be 7.390 expo 5. So the amount spent in 2014 is 7.39 expo $5. Let's check. 7.93 expo $5. So our answer is right. Okay, so let's move to the next question. He says the pie chart summarizes the ages of people at a science fair. So under 16, they are represented with an angle of 90 degree on the pie chart. 16 to 20, their angle on the pie chart is 144. 21 to 30, their angle on the pie chart is 72. And over 30, their angle on the pie chart is 54. He says, write down the model class. The model class means that class who happen to have the most people. So whichever class has the largest angle on the pie chart, that class is the model class. So the largest angle subtended is by this group. It has 144 degree angle. So the model class is 16 to 20. Then the second question is, there were 90 people aged over 30 at the science fair. Calculate the number of people aged 16 to 20. So I can use the ratio method. You see the over 30, the angle is 54. So 50, I will write angle and people. So 54 angle means 30 people. So the total, and they are asking us to find out the people who are aged from 16 to 20. So their angle is 144. So 54 angle degree means 30 people, and 144 degree means how many people. So you can use the method of ratio. So let's check how we have done this. It's the 2 marks question, and here we go. Okay, so the model class will be 16 to 20, and the number of people over 30 in science fair are 90. So that suppose 54 by 360 multiply the total, and that will is equal to 90. Suppose the total people are X. So the X will be equals to 90 multiplied 360 divided by 54. So it will be 600 people. So the total people in the fair are 60 people. So the number of people who are aged from 16 to 20, that will be equals to 144 divided by 360 multiplied 600. So because its angle is 144, the total angle is 360, and we already know that the total people in there that place are 600. So 144 divided by 360 multiplied 600 will be 240 people. You can also use the proportion method, which I tried to explain you in the start of the this question. So 240 people, let's have a look at the answer. So 240 people is the right answer, sir. Our answer is perfect. B part. 250 students entered a science competition. The table summarizes their scores. So here 0 to 40 score 36 people, 40 to 60, 48 people, 60 to 70, 64 people, 70 to 80, 60 people, 80 to 142 people. So this is complete the histogram to represent this data. Only one histogram, one bar is shown here. So if you want to represent this information on this frequency density, this is a histogram. Because the class intervals are not uniform, so what we will do, we will make the histogram with the help of the frequency density. So if you want to find out the frequency density of a class, the method is very simple. Frequency density is equals to the frequency of that class divided by the class width. So for example, here it will be 36 divided by 40. The class width here is 40. So 36 divided by 40. That will give you the frequency density. For example, here the class width is 20. So 48 divided by 20. That will give you the frequency density of this class. Here the class width is 10. Its frequency is 64. So 64 divided by 10. And that will give you the frequency density of this class. So this is how you find the frequency density, and then on the x-axis you can see the scores are showing, and on the y-axis the frequency density is showing, and very simply we can draw this histogram. It's a 3-mark question, and it's like it's a very easy question. Okay, so from 0 to 40 the frequency density will be 30 divided by 40, and that will be 0.9. 40 to 60, the frequency density will be the frequency divided by the class width. 48 divided by 20, and that will be 2.4. 60 to 70, the frequency density will be 64 divided by 10, and that will be 6.4. 80 to 100, the frequency density will be frequency divided by the class width, and it will be 42 divided by 20, and that will be 2.1. So once you know the frequency densities, then you can plot them on that. So from 0 to 40, the frequency density, according to that frequency density, we have drawn these lines. So you can see that we have completed this histogram. I hope you understand. Its second part is students who scored 75 or more. are awarded a distinction. Find an estimate for the percentage of the 250 students who were awarded a distinction. Okay, so the people who scored more than 75%, they are awarded let me show you. So here you can see this is 60, this is 70, this is 80. So 75 will be here. So draw a line here for 75. So let me, there's some problem. Okay, so how you will do this? Here I will draw a line that represents 75. So the people who spend more than 75 are find this area, find this area. These are the people who spent more than 75. So add both these areas, that will give you the total people divided with the total people in the survey. So let me show you how this is done. Okay, so the students who scored 75 or more than that are 30 plus 42, 72 students. And I told you how we found that how many people more scored more than 75. So percentage of students with the distinction, they were given distinction. So you will have 72 divided by 250 and multiply 100. And that will be 28.8%. So that will be 28.8%. So let's have a look at the marking scheme. Our answer is right. Okay, so the question number 3 is showing up on your screen. He says complete the table for y equals to x cubed divided by 2 minus 3x minus 1. Here the values of x and y are, some values are given. One value of the y is missing. So x, when the x is minus 3, how much will be the value of the y? Because the calculator is allowed in this paper, on your calculator, you will write bracket start minus 3 bracket close raised to power 3 divided 2 minus 3 bracket start minus 3 bracket close minus 1 equals to, and that will give you this value. This is how you will enter the x value in this equation in your calculator. So once you get this value, let me show you, I have already found it. So here you can see this is what you have to enter in your calculator, and the y value will be minus 5.5. It will be minus 5.5. So let's have a look. Minus 5.5 is the right answer, sir. Okay. So once you are done with this, we are done with this. Okay. So the next thing which you have to do is on the grid, draw the graph of y x cubed divided by 2 minus 3x minus 1 for the x equals to and greater than minus 3 equals to and less than 3. So we have to draw, you just simply need to plot these points on this grid and join them with a smooth curve. So, okay, so let me show you. So this is that table. Okay, so this is that table. And this is when you plotted those points and you joined them with a smooth curve, you will get this graph. You will get this graph. Plot those points on the graph, join them with the smooth curve, and you will get this graph. Okay. Then use your graph to explain why x cubed minus 3x minus 2 equals to 6 has only one solution. Okay. So see, the technique is very simple. Here a equation is given and I want to find out how many solutions it has. And on the left side of that equation, I will make this equation, which was the equation of the main graph. In this equation, under the x cube, you have 2. So what I will do, I will divide this whole equation with 2. So I will get x cubed divided by 2 minus 3x minus 1 equals to 3. So you will see that the left side will be exactly the equation of the graph, of the curve, the graph which we have already drawn, and whatever will be on the right side, I will suppose that equals to y, and then I will draw that line on the graph. So let me show you. So the equation whose solution they are asking is x cubed minus 6x minus 2 equals to 6. So I will try to make on the left side the equation of the main graph. For that purpose, on the both sides, I will divide both sides with the 2, as you will have x cubed divided by 2 minus 3x minus 1 equals to 3. So you can see this is you can see this is your main graph. This is the equation of your main graph, and whatever is on the right side, just write y equals to this. So this is a line, y equals to 3. So I will draw this line on the graph paper. So let me go back. So y equals to 3, it has been drawn here. So you can see this is that equation, y equals to, this is that equation. This is that line, sorry, I said equation. Y equals to 3, I have drawn this line, and you can see it has cut the main graph only at this point, only at this point. So clearly that equation has only one solution, because it cuts the main graph at only one point. Okay, now the next part, he says the line passes through the point 1, 1 and minus 2, minus 1 on the grid. Draw the line L. Work out the gradient of the line L. Okay, so I will just plot these 2 points on my gradient, and the coordinates of these 2 points are given, 1, 1 and minus 2, minus 1. So 1, 1 will be this point. Let me this side. And minus 2, minus 1 will be this point. Then join these 2 points with the straight line. So here we got that line. And then he asked us to find out the gradient of that line. The gradient of that line, I can find out the gradient of the line who is passing to the point minus 2, minus 1 and 1, 1. The formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Famous formula for the slope or the gradient. So 1 minus minus 1 divided by 1 minus minus 2. And that will be 1 plus 1, and that will be 2. And downstairs it will be 1 plus 2, and that will be 3. So the gradient is 2 by 3. So the gradient is 2 by 3. Then the question they ask is find the x coordinates of the point where the line L intersects the curve. So I will look at the graph. So you can see when I have drawn this line, it has cut the main graph at 3 points. This point, and at this point. So I will check what is the x value, x coordinate of these points of intersection. That is the solution. Minus 2.4, minus 0.4, and 2.85. So our answers are right. Here are the first 3 patterns in a sequence made from counters. So pattern number 1, pattern number 2, pattern number 3. So complete the table for the patterns in this sequence, and you can see in the first pattern there are 8 dots, 8 counters. In the second pattern there are 12 counters, and in the third there are 16 counters. Okay, so along this line, how many counters are? 1, 2, 3. Now how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the next counter, you will have 9. 9 twos are 18, 18 and 2. There will be, this will be 20. Okay. And in the next counter, there will be 11 dots like this. 11 twos are 22, 22 plus 2, that will be 24. So from the pattern, I can tell it will be 20 and that will be 24. You can also see that 4, 4, 4, and 4 is added. Let me show you. So this is how you will do this. Okay, so the next part. Find an expression in terms of n for the number of counters in the pattern n. Okay, so because a certain number is added all the time, a certain number is added, the sequence started with 8, and every time I am adding 4 and I am going to the next term by adding 4. So it's an arithmetic sequence, and I can find its nth term. The process is very simple. The formula is a plus d bracket n minus 1, where a means the first term of the sequence and the d means the common difference, which is 4 here. So let me show you. So a plus d bracket n minus 1, the first term in the sequence is 8. The common difference is plus 4. So you will have 8 plus 4 bracket n minus 1. So it will be 8 plus 4n minus 4, and it will be a 4n plus 4. So this is the nth term of this sequence. So let me check, and it is right. 4n plus 4. Our answer is 4n plus 4. So our answer is right, sir. Okay, so the next part. He says Jamal has 150 counters. He uses these counters to make the largest pattern possible. Pattern P. Find the value of the P. Okay, so the nth term was 4n plus 4. So I will write here 4p plus p is greater than, sorry, is less than and equals to 150. So, and from that inequality, I will try to find out the, okay. So 4n plus 4 equals to 150. So 4n is equals to 150 minus 4. So n will be 146 divided by 4, and n will be 36.5. So the largest pattern which can be made is P, and that is 36. (36) is the right answer, sir. The fourth term in a different sequence is 26. This sequence is linear, and the eighth term is 2. Find the first term of this sequence. Okay, so we have another sequence, and the sequence is linear. So I can say it will be a plus d bracket n minus 1, and the fourth term means the n value is 4. The fourth term itself is 26, and the eighth term is 2. So in the place of n, I will put 8, and the term itself is 2. So I will get 2 equations in, and they will be like simultaneous equations. So I can find out the value of the a. Let me show you. So the technique used here, first term we don't know, and the second term, the third term, and then the fourth term is 26, and then we have I mean the fourth term, and the fourth term is 26, and the fifth term, sixth term, seventh term, and the last term, eighth. So from here, from 26, if you subtract 6, you get 20. From 20 subtract 6, you get 14. From 14 subtract 6, you get 18. And from 8, and from 8 subtract 6, you get 2. So it means that the certain number which was taken out is certain number which is added or subtracted is 6. 6 is subtracted. So from 26, which is the fourth term, if you want to go to the first term, so add 6, and add 6. Do the opposite of this. So in 26, you add 6, you get, see here we have done that 26 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, and that will be 144. 144. It's a kind of hit and trial method. You have to other method I can show you. Give me a minute. So my dear students, now I will show you the second method to do this, and that is by the help of the simultaneous equations. So here we go. So the fourth term was 26. The formula for the fourth term for a linear equation is a plus d bracket n minus 1. We don't know a, we don't know d, we know the n is 4 because it's fourth term. So I will write a plus d bracket 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1 is 3. So a plus 3d is equal to 26. The eighth term is given, that's 2. So a plus d bracket n minus 1 equals to 2. So n is 8. We don't know the value of the a, we don't know the value of the d. So a plus d bracket n minus 1 equals to 2. So we will have a plus 7d equals to 2. So now I got two equations. One equation is a plus 3d equals to 26, and the second equation is a plus 7d equals to 2. So I will take both these terms. The coefficient of the a is same, 1, 1. So from the first equation, I will subtract the second equation. For that purpose, I will change the signs of the second equation. So here you can see I have done that, and a will be cancelled. So 3d minus 7d, it will be minus 4d. 26 minus 2, it will be 24. So d will be 24 divided by minus 4, and that will be minus 6. So the d value is minus 6. Substitute the value of the d in this first equation. So you will have a plus 3 bracket minus 6 bracket close equals to 26. So a minus 18 equals to 26, and a will be 26 plus 18, and that will be 44. So the first term of the sequence, which was a, is 44. So I have shown you two methods. One method is this one, which is a little hit and trial kind of method. And the other method is this one, in which you don't have to think too much. It will be automatically done. So the first term of the sequence is 44. So let's have a look that what is the answer. The marks. Our answer is 44. The answer is 44. So our answer is right. Now the next question: find the nth. Find in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. The nth term of the sequence of a linear equation is normally it is a. It is a plus d bracket n minus 1. The a is 44, and the d value is minus 6. So let me show you how this is done. So A plus B bracket n minus 1, it will be 44 minus 6 bracket n minus 1. It will be 44 minus 6n plus 6. It will be 50 minus 6n. So this is how you find the nth term of a arithmetic sequence or a linear sequence. I hope that you have understood. Let's have a look at the marking scheme and check whether our answer is right or not. So 50 minus 6n. So our answer is also 50 minus 6n. So our answer is right. So let's go to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is, it's a 4-mark question, cards and envelopes. The mass of 4 cards and 3 envelopes is 85 grams, and the mass of 2 cards and 5 envelopes is 67 grams. Form a pair of simultaneous equations and solve them to find the mass of 1 card and the mass of 1 envelope. Okay, it's a question on the simultaneous equation, 4 marks question. So I can make 4c plus 3e equals to 85. 2c plus 5e equals to 67 and solve them simultaneously. The strategy is very simple. So let me show you how we have done this on the paper. And here we go. So the mass of the 1 card is x, the mass of the 1 envelope is y, 4x plus 3y equals to 85, 2x plus 5y equals to 67. Multiply 2 with the equation number 2 to make the coefficient of the x same. So I will try to make the coefficient of the x same, and then we will subtract them and we will get the answer. So you will have 4x plus 3y equals to 85, and the second equation has been multiplied with the 2. So you will have 4x plus 10y equals to 134. And I will subtract from the first equation, I will subtract this third equation, and you will see 7y equals to 49, y equals to 49 by 7, and y value will be 7. So substitute the value of the y equals to 7 in above any of the above equations. So you will have 2x plus 5 into 7 equals to 67, and that will be x equals to 67 minus 35 divided by 2 equals to 16. So the mass of the 1 card is 16 grams and mass of the 1 envelope is 7 grams. I hope you understand. So let's have a look. 16 and 7 grams. Okay, let's check. 16 and 7 grams. Our answer is right, sir. Question 5A part is done. Question number 5 is B part. Factorize x square minus 25. You know, x square and 25, they both are perfect squares. So x square minus 5 square, and you can apply the formula a square minus b square is equals to a plus b into a plus b. So by that formula, I can factorize this expression. Okay. So x square minus 25, that is x square minus 5 square, and that will be x plus 5 into x minus 5. So this is how it is done. Then we have C part. He says rearrange the formula R is equals to 2t divided by t minus 5 to make t the subject. So the t is on 2 places. So first of all, cross multiply, then bring all the terms which have t in them on one side and take the t common and make the t alone. That's the strategy to do this question. It's a 3-mark question to make the subject of the formula. So R is equals to 2t divided by t minus 5. So R multiplied with the t minus 5 equals to 2t. RT minus 5R equals to 2t. So the terms which have the t in them, bring them on the left side. So RT minus 2t equals to 5R. Take the t common. So t bracket R minus 2 bracket close equals to 5R. So take this R minus 2 bracket to the other side, it will divide on the other side. So you will have t equals to 5R divided by R minus 2. So let's have a look at the marking scheme. If our answers are right. Yes, sir. Our answers are right. 5R minus R minus 2. So yeah, that our answers are right. It's a 3-mark question again. It says express as a single fraction in its simplest form. So here you have two fractions which have a subtraction sign between them. So we need to make the denominator same, though you can say we have to take the LCM. Strategy very simple. Let me show you how this is done actually. Okay, so I will take the LCM. Both these terms, they will be the LCM and they will multiply with each other. This will multiply here and this will multiply here. So you will have 4 into 2x plus 1 and minus 3 into 2x into x minus 5. You will have 8x plus 4 minus 3x plus 15. So downstairs here, when these two will multiply with each other, you will have 2x squared plus x minus 10x minus 5. Upstairs, we will have 5x plus 19. Downstairs, we will have 2x squared minus 9 minus 5. So here we have missed one step in which these two are written in the single denominator, multiplying with each other. Okay, so I hope you understand this question, and let's have a look at the marking scheme. It says 5x plus 19 minus 2x squared minus 9x minus 5. So our answer is good. Now we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 6. Asma has this fair 8-sided spinner. She spins the spinner once. Find the probability that the score is 6. The score 6 is written just one time here. And how many total outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 possible outcomes, and the 6 is written only once. So getting the probability of getting 6, it will be 1 by 8. So the probability of getting the 6 is 1 by 8. You should write like this. Probability of 6 is 1 by 8. Okay. Probability of 2 prime is not 2, will be this. Okay, so let's look at the next part. It says not 2. 2 is how many times? 1, 2, 3. So out of 8, 2 came there 3 times. So 5 times it's not 2. So 5 divided by 8 will be the answer. Then he says Asma spins the spinner twice. Find the probability that she scores 2. So we have to find the probability of 2, 2. So it will be 3 by 8 multiplied 3 by 8. So that's the probability of 2, 2. And that will be 3 by 8 multiplied 3 by 8, and that will be 9 by 64. Okay, so next question. Again on the probability. Leon has 7 red counters, 6 green counters, and 3 white counters. She takes 2 counters at random without replacement. Find the probability that the 2 counters are the same color. It could be probability of the red, red, plus the probability of the green, green, plus the probability of the white, white. Okay, so let me show you how this is done. So this is the probability of the red, red, plus the probability of the green, green, plus the probability of the white, white. So the probability of getting the red will be 7 by 16 multiplied 6 by 15. Probability of getting the green, green will be 6 by 16 multiplied 5 by 15. Plus the probability of the white, white will be 3 by 16 multiplied 2 by 15. So just enter these values on your calculator. You will get 13 by 40. And that will be the answer. Hopefully you understand. Let's have a look at the answers. So That's right, right. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So is 9 by 40 there? 9 by 64, sorry. Yeah. So 1 by 8, 5 by 8. 1 by 8, 5 by 8, we have already checked. Yeah, we are good. Okay. So let's move to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 7. He says P is the point minus 5 comma 2, Q is the point 3 comma 7, and the QR is minus 4 6. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of the PQ. If you want to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the PQ, you can use the coordinate geometry. The midpoint's coordinates are x2 plus x1 by 2 comma y2 plus y1 by 2. So we can very easily find out the midpoint. The coordinates of the midpoint are, this is the formula, x2 plus x1 divided by 2 comma y2 plus y1 by 2. Just put the values of x2 plus x1 divided by 2 and y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So the answer you will get will be minus 1 comma 9 by 2. So I hope you understand. Let's have a look at the answer. So minus 1 comma 9 by 2 is 4.5. Yeah, that our answer is right. Okay. So next question. He says find the coordinates of the point R. I will use the vector method because the QR is given. I know the coordinates of the QR. I know the coordinates of the point Q. So it means I know the position vector of the Q. So I will use the position vectors formula, the formula of the position vectors for the QR. For the QR, when I will write the position vectors, it will be OQ plus QR equals to OR. So let me show you how this is done. The position vector, so the OQ, if you know the coordinates of a point, you know the position vector. So the OQ will be 3, 7. Upstairs we write the X, downstairs we write the Y. We know the QR minus 4, 6. The formula is OQ plus QR equals to OR. I want to find out OR. So OR will be 3, 7 plus minus 4, 6. It will be minus 1, 13. So the coordinates of the OR means the position vector of the R, and that is equals to the coordinates of the R. So the coordinates of the R will be minus 1 comma 13. I hope you understand. Let's have a look at the marking scheme. Minus 1 comma 13 is the right answer, sir. Then he says, find the magnitude of the QR. It's a 2 marks question. I know the column vector for the QR minus 4, 6, and they want me to find out the magnitude of the QR. Very simple. The formula for the coordinates of the QR for the magnitude of the QR is x square plus y square, square root on the whole expression. So you will have minus 4 whole square plus 6 whole square. That will be 16 plus 36. Remember, this whole square is around this full number. Okay, so it's also on the negative. So 16 plus 36, that will be under root 52, and that will be 7.21. So the magnitude of the QR will be 7.21. So let's have a look at the marking scheme. 7.21 is the right answer, sir. Okay, the next question coming up on your screen is the B part. He says here OACB is a quadrilateral and N is a point on AB. OA is equals to A, small a. OB is equals to B, and OA, O to A is 2 times BC. So it means these two are parallel to each other. So the OA is, if this is 1, this is 2. The BN and the NA. If the BN is 1, the NA is 3. This whole thing will be 4 in the ratio. Find in terms of A and B in its simplest form, A to B. If you want to find out A to B, I will write its bypass from A to B. the bypass will be AB equals to AO plus OB. Okay, so AO will be minus A and the OB will be positive B. Let me show you. So the AB will be equals to AO plus OB. So AB will be equals to minus A plus B. So it means B minus A. B minus A. B minus A. So we know this value. A to B, B minus A. Then he wants us to find out NC. N to C. Okay. So from N to B and from B to C. From N to B, from B to C. BC will be half of the A. N to B will be 1/4 of the AB. That is according to the ratios. So the BN by NA is equal to 1/3. So NB divided by AB will be 1/4. So NB will be 1/4 of the AB. So the NB from N to B, it will be 1/4 bracket B minus A. So OA by BC, that's 2/1. So BC is 1/2 of the OA. So it will be 1/2 of the A. So NC will be NB plus BC. So the NB value will be minus 1/4 A plus 1/2 A plus 1/4 B. So A and A, bring them together and solve them. Minus 1/4 plus 1/2, that will give you 1/4 A and plus 1/4 B. You can take 1/4 common. So you will have 1/4 bracket B A plus B. So the value of the NC is 1/4 A plus B. Hopefully this is answered. Our answer is right. Yes, our answer is right. Okay, so we are moving to the next question. Quickly, we are doing this paper. Volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square. H curved surface area of the cone is pi r L. So here we have a cone whose diameter is 7, whose slant height is L, and whose vertical height is H. The diagram shows a paper cup in the shape of a cone. The diameter of the top of the cup is 7 centimeter. The volume of the cup is 110 centimeter cube. Show that the height of the cup 8 centimeters is 8.57. Correct to 2 decimal places. You know, the formula for the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h. We know all the values, only the h is not known. We know the volume, so we can find out this. So this is question number 3. Let me show you how this is done. So the question number 8, the volume is already given. That's 110 centimeter cube. The radius will be half of the diameter. That will be 7/2. That will be 3.5. So the formula for the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h. So 110 equals to 1/3 pi 3.5 square multiply h. We will make the h alone on one side. So you will have 110 multiplied 3 divided pi divided 3.5 square, and that will be 8.57. So the height of the cone is 8.57. So I think let's have a look at the marking scheme. 8.57, our answer is right, sir. So calculate the slant height L of the cup, and you remember the slant height, the radius, and the h. This is your radius, this is your h, and this is your slant, and it's like a right angle, a triangle. So I can find the L value. I know the radius, I know the height. I will apply the Pythagoras, and I will be able to find the L value. That's the strategy to do that part. It's a 2 marks question. So the slant height L square is equal to h square plus r square. So it will be 8.57 square plus 3.5 square. So it will be 85.69. So take square root on both the sides. So L will be 9.62, 9.26 centimeter. Hopefully you understand. So let's have a look at the marking scheme. 9.26 is the right answer, sir. So let's move to the next question. The next part of this question, he says, it's the C part. He says, the cup is cut along the line OA. It is opened out into a sector of a circle with the center O and the sector angle X. Calculate the value of the X. Okay. So, so if you cut it, whenever you cut the cone, and the cone is opened and it becomes flat like a paper, it is in the shape of a sector. The circumference of this circumference of this circle becomes this arc. The slant height here becomes the radius of this sector. So if you know the slant, if you know the arc and you know the radius, I can easily find out this angle. This is the strategy how this will be done. So let me show you. Here we go. So remember, this is the concept. Okay. So this circumference of this circle of the cone, the base of the cone, becomes the arc of the sector. This arc. And the slant height of the cone becomes the radius of this sector. And you know the arc is theta by 362 pi r. If you know this arc, which will be the circumference here, and you know the radius, you can find the angle subtended at the center. So this is the strategy, very simple strategy. Let me show you. So the circumference of the top of the cone will be 2 pi r. That will be 2 multiply 5 multiply 3.5, and that will be 21.99 centimeter. The circumference will become the arc length of that sector. So the arc length of the sector will be 21.99. The slant height will become the radius of that sector. So the arc length is equal to theta by 360 multiply 2 pi r. The arc length is 21.99 x by 360. Multiply 2, multiply pi, multiply the radius of that sector will be equals to the slant height of the cone, and that will be 9.26. So if you make x alone and you do the calculation, you will get the answer x equals to 136.1 degree. 136.1 degree. Let's check the answer. 136.1 degree is the right answer. Okay, so let's move to the next question. He says a second paper cone is mathematically similar to the cup with the volume 110 centimeter cube. The volume of the second cup is 165 centimeter cube. Calculate the diameter of the top of the second cup. Okay, so the volume of the first cup, whose diameter is 7, we know, and the volume of the second cup, the volume we know. We want to find out the diameter of the second cup because both the cups are similar to each other. You remember the similar solids. And the volume 1 by volume 2 will be equals to diameter 1 by diameter 2 whole cube. So volume 1 by volume 2 equals to dia 1 by dia 2 whole cube. 110 divided by 165 equals to 7 cube divided by d cube. So d cube will be equals to 343 multiply 165 divided by 110. So take the cube root on both the sides. So D will be 8.01. D will be 8.01. Let's have a look at the answer. 8.01 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The diagram shows an open box in the shape of a cuboid. The height of the box is x. The width of the box is 5 centimeter more than its height. So the width will be x plus 5. The length of the box is 2 times its width. The width will be 2 bracket of x plus 5 bracket close. It will be 2x plus 10. Write down expression in terms of x for the width and the length of the box. I have already explained to you. Let me show you. I have done this on a paper. And here we go. So the width will be x plus 5. The width will be x plus 5. And the length will be 2 bracket x plus 5. That will be 2x plus 10. So, okay, so let's move to the next part. And the next part is the external surface area of the open box. Remember this word open box. When I say open box, we have the bottom, we have the walls, but we do not have the roof. The external surface area of the open box is 210 centimeters square. Form an equation in x and show that it simplifies 4x squared plus 25x minus 80. It's a 4-mark question. You know, in the open box, the surface area, the formula for the surface area will be length multiply width plus 2 multiply length multiply height plus 2 multiply width multiply height. So I will just put those values there and I will be able to find out this equation. Let me show you. So the height here is x, the width here is x plus 5, and the length here is 2x plus 10. It's an open box. Its external area will be, its external surface area is 210 centimeters square. The formula for the surface area of the open box is length multiply width plus 2 times width height plus length height bracket close. So just put these values there. So 210 equals to length is x bracket 2x plus 10 plus 5 into 2x plus 10 and plus 2 into we have just already I have started multiplying them. So when you simplify this, you get at the end you get this thing. So just simplify this, you get this thing: 4x squared plus 25x minus 80. This is what you have to show. Just put these values of the length and the width and the height and the length and the height and simplify them. You will get this equation. Very simple and straightforward question. Now, C part, he says solve the equation 4x squared plus 25x minus 80 equals to 0. Show your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So here we have to apply the quadratic formula, and the A is 4, the B is 25, and the C is minus 80. And you have to apply the quadratic formula and you will be able to find out the value of the x. The quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac and whole thing divided by 2a. So simply a very simple and a straightforward question. We have to apply the quadratic formula. Here we go. So just write the quadratic formula. X is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole thing divided by 2a. Just substitute the value of the a, b, and the c, and at the end you will get the two values of the x. One is 2.33, the other one is minus 8.58. The negative value can be at the end. The negative value can be neglected. So our answers are right. We only have to, because we don't have to use these values. Okay, calculate the volume of the box. Now, the which value of the x I will use? The positive value. The negative value I will neglect. Volume of the box is length into width into height. So find just the length and the width and the height by putting the value of the x, which is 2.33. Okay, so the length into width into height, the length, just substitute the value. The length is 2x plus 10, the width is x plus 5, and the height is x. So just put the value of the x in that and multiply them with each other. You get 250.3 centimeter cube, 250.3 centimeter cube. So let me check the answer. Yeah, our answer is right, sir. Then he says the box is filled with the chocolates. The mass of the chocolates is 250 gram, correct to the nearest 10 gram. The total mass of the box and the chocolates is 262 gram, correct to the nearest gram. Calculate the lower bound of the mass of the box. Okay, so the mass of the chocolate is 250 gram. This is correct to 10 gram. So divide 10 with the 2 and you will get 5 gram. Add 5 into 250, you get the upper bound of the chocolate mass. And from 250, subtract the 5, you get the lower bound of the mass of the chocolate. The total mass of the box is, and the chocolates is 262 gram, correct to the nearest gram. Nearest gram means 1 gram. 1 gram divided by 2, it will be 0.5 gram. 262, add 0.5 in it, you get the upper bound of the total mass. 262 minus 0.5, you get the lower bound of the total mass of the box and the chocolate. Their question is calculate the lower bound of the mass of the box. The mass of the box will be the total mass minus the chocolate. So because we want the lower bond, so the total mass lower bond should be used, and the chocolate's mass, its upper bond, should be used. So let me show you. So the mass of the chocolate 250, add 5, subtract 5, because this was correct to the nearest 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. So 250 plus 5, 255 gram. 250 minus 5, 245 gram. Total mass is the total mass is mass of the box plus the mass of the mass of the box plus the mass of the chocolate. The mass of the box will be total mass or minus mass of the chocolate. So because we want the lower bound of the mass of the box, we will use total mass. I will use its lower bound, and the mass of the chocolate we will use its upper bound. This is how you get the lower value from the subtraction. So 26.2 minus 0.5, you get 261.5. That's the lower bound of the total mass. And the upper bound of the chocolate mass is 255, and that will be now 261.5 minus 255, you get 6.5 gram. So the mass, the lower bound of the mass of the box is 6.5 gram. $6.5 gram is the right answer, sir. A, B, that is question number 10. He says A, B, C, D is a field on horizontal ground. The bearing of the B from A is 70 degree. The bearing of the D from A is 125. C is due south of the B and due east of the D. AD is 290 meter and the BD is 350 meter. Okay, so calculate the bearing of the D from the B. Calculate the bearing of the D from the B. Okay, so let me show you the strategy. So let me show you the strategy from here. So the bearing of the D from B. So here, draw a line, north line. I want to know this angle from that north clockwise to this. So I need to find out this angle. I need to find out this angle here. The bearing of the C from B will be 180. And if I know this angle, 180 plus this angle, that will be the bearing of the D from the B. So in the triangle BAD, the angle B, we will try to find out the angle B. So let me show you from the diagram how this is done. I want to know how much is this angle. I want to know how much is this angle. Okay. So this whole angle is 125. This angle is 70. From 125, if you subtract 70, you get this angle. Once you know this angle, then I can apply the law of sine. Opposite to this angle will be this side. Opposite to this angle will be opposite to this side will be this angle. I will try to find out this angle. Once I know this angle, I can find this angle. This angle will be allied to 70. I can find this, and from 360, I will subtract this angle. I will subtract 180. I will subtract this angle. I will get this angle. Or you can say I will subtract from 360, subtract this angle, and that will be the remaining will be the bearing of the D from the B. So strategy is clear. Okay, so try to understand. So in the triangle BAD, the angle B, sine B divided by AD, sine of the angle A divided by the BD. Sine of the angle B divided by 290 equals to the sine of 125 minus 70, and that will be 55. So divided by 350, so the angle B will be sine inverse of, put the brackets around it, sine 55, then multiply 290 divided by 350. So the sine B will be 42.7. So angle B and the allied angle there, the angle B will be 180 minus angle A, that will be 70. So let me show you before you get confused. Let me show you one very, I can show you this on the graph. This, what is going on, let me show you. Again, question number, which question we are doing? Question number 10A. I just want you to understand this thing. Question number 10A part. Okay. So basically what I am saying is that north here. This is the north. So this angle is 70. This angle here is 125. So this angle will be 125 minus 50, and that's 55. Let me change the color. Okay. So this angle here will be 110, because this angle and this angle, they are allied, so it will be 110. Okay. By using the law of by using the law of sine, we have found that the angle B, the angle at the B is how much? It's 42.7. So this angle here is basically 42.7. Yes, beta. Yes. 42.7. So I'm recording. Just give me 5 minutes. Okay. So if you want to find the bearing, the bearing will be this angle. So from 360, you will subtract 110, and you will subtract 42.7, and you get the bearing of the D. You get the bearing of the D from the B. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Now, let me show you that one. Okay, so by the using the law of sine, we have found the value of the B, that's 42.7. The allied angle with the 70 will be 110. So the bearing of D will be 207. Okay, so here we have, let me show you. So 270, from 270, they subtracted. Let me show you my strategy. Let me take out the calculator. 360 minus 110 minus 42.7. So 207 will be the bearing. Okay. So 207.3 will be the bearing, and here we go. Okay, now we are going to the next part. Let me check the marking scheme first. Is our bearing right? So 207.3, that the bearing is right. Okay, so now we are going to the next part, and the next part coming up is, he says the vertical mast is positioned at D. The angle of the elevation of the top of the mast from A is 10 degree. Calculate the angle of the elevation of the top of the mast from the C. Okay. Now we are on the B part. So the distance between A and D is 290. The angle of elevation of the top of the mast from the A is 10 degree. So height of the mast will be, I will apply the tan of the angle A will be equals to the perpendicular by the base and dx by 290. So the dx will be 10 multiplied 290, and that will be 51.1. So the height of the mast is 51.1. Okay, so 51.1, and then I need to find out the angle CBD, that is 207.3 minus 180, that will be 27.3. So in the triangle, the CBD, the CD is the question. I need to find out the distance between the C and the D. So sine of 27.3 will be CD divided by 350, and the CD will be sine 27.3 multiplied 350, that will be 160.5. I already know the height of the mast. Now I know the distance between C and the D, that is 160.5. So I need to know this angle of elevation here. So the angle of elevation from the C will be tan angle C perpendicular by the base, that's 51.1 divided by 160.5. So the angle C will be tan inverse of 51.1 divided by 160.5, and that the final answer will be 17.6. So 17.6 is the final answer. So, my dear students, today we have completed paper 2 of the DMaths 4024. Today we have done October November 2021 DMaths 4024 2 paper. This paper was from the zone 2, or you can say the variant 2. At the end of this paper, I will especially like to thank my student Mina Kume, because this paper was basically solved by her, and I have only taken the snaps and I have given the description. I am hit the PowerPoint presentation. So thank you very much, Mina Kume. You have done a wonderful job. So thank you very much, everybody. I have tried my best to explain the concepts, and I hope that this video will help you a lot. So if you think that this video is helping you, please do not forget to subscribe my channel. Also like this video, also share the link of this video onto your Facebook account and onto your Instagram accounts. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day. God bless you all.